following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Who do you want to go with you? Just you and Dix?
The bottom right, just the
Then you
other
did it
bottom
if somebody else as well.
I mean, if anyone else wants to come along, then
Oh yeah, there it is.
they're free to, but
You shouldn't go alone. I'm not even sure 2 people is enough. I think we should be at least in groups of 3, right?
We will be 3 of us there.
Well, perfect. Yeah.
well, you're including Shimmer.
Yeah. It'll be difficult to exclude her from a meeting she will be at.
I know, but I think Derek was referring to 3 of our teammates, not 3 in between them.
I mean, once you're there, 3 is fine, but on the way.
Alright, Derek, you come with us then.
Alright. I'll meet the Shimmer lady for myself.
This should... You mean you've never heard of her?
No.
You know his musical taste. That makes perfect sense.
No, but even so.
What? Well, who is she? What kind of music she make?
Pop.
Well, there you go.
Well, I don't listen to a lot of pop either, but I've heard of her.
Yeah, but you're weird.
I'm not weird, Derek. You are the weird one.
Where we going?
It's up to leader Roxanne.
Sure, let's go if you're all ready.
Let's go see Dix's new girlfriend. Out the door.
Don't say that around her.
Oh, well.
I don't have a watch, but
I'm
that's
only
kind of
willing
a
to put up
record
with so much from
Derek,
that
isn't
boy.
it?
Walk outside. Like, Derek, are you really going dressed like that?
Like what?
Pulls a banana out from behind your ear.
I'm dressed just fine. Unless you make it otherwise.
Safety, what's your banana?
Is it a real banana?
It is.
Then I would.
It's potassiumly good.
To be honest, I thought that was a fake banana too. I say we can get to this. How'd you do that?
He had it behind his ear. Didn't you see?
No, until you manifest. Well,
I didn't. It's a real banana. If he's eating it.
Very neat.
Just peel it, eating it.
Just like the big knucklehead gorilla that he is.
All the nutrients in the skin.
When does he know that?
You've got a lifetime of eating bud to make up for.
Anyway, you guys arrive at the cafe. And he's like, right, so we just go in, huh?
I guess so. I mean,
That's usually what you do when you get to a
you did
place.
say that we could meet her if we came here. Does she come here every morning for breakfast? Or?
Apparently.
Hey, let's go in. Just go to.
You going in next?
I'll stand guard.
No, you shouldn't be by yourself. You know, all that we're sticking together stuff. And look, Roxanne's going in by herself, so come on. I'll scoop him up and walk in the door.
We'll go inside and look around for Shimmer.
That's gotta be her there.
Because she's literally shimmering.
Not literally, but you could definitely interpret it that way if you want.
Is it like in the same way that the smouldering glare isn't really smouldering, but
Yeah, similar ways, yeah.
I'll approach.
Stand up. Hi, you must be Roxanne. How you
I
doing?
am pleased to meet you.
It's a real pleasure. I've heard
Oh.
everything about you.
Oh, Lord.
That's alright.
Roll my eyes.
We're all a bit, like that when we start.
One can only wonder what propaganda Dex has thrust upon you.
He says that you have difficulty maintaining the high notes and that you need to work on your conditioning in order to improve the longevity of your lower tones.
Oh, you've been talking about singing, not about our business in the DMV.
Well, that's what I possibly have to talk about. I'm not here to spy. I just really want Dex to help produce a collaborative project. And nothing
Oh.
else. Oh wait, those aren't allowed. That's worse.
Want to make a joke about this? I need to be able to see.
Is it insight?
It's human perception.
Well, I've got perception.
No, it's human perception. Or
That's a
insight
thing
as
in-
it is in this dumb game
I
for
was going to
dumb.
say, that's a cyberpunk stat.
Yeah, well, we should be playing that.
11.
I rolled a 17.
It's hard to tell, you're just so overcome with
Well-
the intense desire to get an autograph.
Am I?
Probably not, but you know.
Well, sorry to disappoint you, but I've come here to talk shop, not...
I know.
Look.
Dex said. Have a seat at least. You must be
Sit
Derek.
down.
Man.
With a banana behind you.
How does that keep happening?
Do you sleep on a bunch of them or something?
Well, not unless there's a bunch in Dex's bed.
He did sleep in Dex's room. He had all the time in the world he needed to sit up bananas.
Well, see, your Dex is banned.
Dan, well,
It's actually Roxanne's banned.
And I'm not in it.
And he's not in it. He's the roadie. He carries
To be
stuff.
fair, you and
I do carry
Dixie
stuff.
were already kind of a... You know,
That hardly counts.
and I just asked if... That's beside the point. Look, sorry, I know you probably would prefer to talk music, but
I know, but I do have a job to do, I guess.
I want to cut to the chase here.
Very well, let me hear your proposal.
Look, this whole rivalry thing is stupid and pointless as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
I think the best thing we can do is just work together on this and sort this out, because things are getting crazy.
I agree.
People are starting to have hallucinations.
True.
I don't know about your team, but
Very heavy nightmares.
everybody's starting to get on edge. Want to get out of here as soon as possible. We
I
still have to
agree.
wait a day.
Indeed.
And look, the truth is like there's a lot going on in this place and in Smith that needs sorting out, and
I agree.
this rivalry's just getting in the way. Okay,
Yes,
so
it is.
you have no qualms with us just banding up as one big group and getting to the bottom of this?
I was really just waiting for you to realize you needed to do this. It was always my intention to form an alliance.
Good.
But your team didn't seem like they'd be ready for it, according to our intelligence.
If I'm going to be blatantly honest, and I am, the only thing that was getting in the way of that was Claire, because before we even left, we were always like, we don't really care about this rivalry thing, like we just want to get to the bottom of what's going on, and we don't want to be just sabotaging each other, because that just hurts the whole thing.
I
Like,
understand.
the goal is more important than some...
I understand. It would be very natural for a group in the kind of position you're in to not really care about the rivalry, but we feel we have something to prove, or at least our team does.
That's
I,
fine.
however, would rather just solve the problem and move on. There's plenty of time to have competitions later when so much isn't at stake.
Exactly.
Do you think you can work with our team?
I've no issues working with any members of your team, with the possible exception of Claire, but that comes down to
Well, I'm
her.
afraid I'm not moving on Claire. She's essential.
Well, no, I'm not saying to kick her out, because, I mean, that would be horrible to do in this place.
So you would have no problem submitting to my authority.
Submitting to your authority.
Jake leans over to you and he's just like, here we go.
This is going to be the problem.
After all, I do have seniority.
For your team.
Well, if we are to judge ourselves as members of the DMV in a training capacity, then I have been a member longer. And while we are both squad leaders, my seniority derives from longer service. I'm willing to hear any arguments as to why you would be a better leader, though. I'm not so vain. You're not so vain. You literally have a magazine with 52 pictures of you in it.
That's a lot of pictures.
I can't help it if I'm gorgeous.
Wow.
I don't see why we can't just work as equals.
I see. You want to implement a co-departmental cooperation model. That's advanced learning. You guys really are streaming ahead.
The thing is, you know more about your team than I do, and I know more about mine than you do. So it's like, I think it would be more efficient if we just managed our own teams but worked as allies rather
I'm
than...
willing to wager that I may know some things about your team that you don't.
You do realise you've probably been, based on what we've heard Claire has been saying, and based on what we've seen her write and notes she's left behind.
So it was your team that stole her notes. She probably dropped them and is covering.
Yes.
Claire.
So you
I'm
might
sorry,
not be
but
getting,
I do need her.
You might not be getting entirely accurate information. That's all I'm saying.
Who's to say Claire's her only source, right?
Thing is, I would normally be willing to acquiesce to having you be in charge as long as I was 2IC, except for the fact that we've only just met, and I don't know how much I can trust you. No offense, but that's basically the gist of this. If I knew more about your rep as a DMV operative, then I would be...
I don't have a reputation as a DMV operative. I do admit that you do have many advantages over me in that regard. Our team has only just after 3 years been allowed out into the field for practical exercises, where it appears you have all been doing it since pretty much your arrival.
True.
We also have a much slower training time because of their high injury rate, and the recovery time on those is apparently nothing.
No, I know that I can't speak for you. I know many members of your team feel perhaps bitter is too strong a word. Claire certainly fits this bill based on what she's said, but feel animosity towards us because we have had an easier time or better equipment and stuff. But one has to realize that that's not our choice. Like, we didn't choose to go to a place and have better training and better equipment and all this stuff that you would be understandably jealous about. We just happen to be in Nevada.
I do admit I am jealous of your facilities, and despite all my efforts, I have been singularly unable to get certain students transferred to the Los Angeles branch.
But what I'm saying is...
But you can't blame me for trying to do the best for my team.
No, but I'm just saying...
Did you do any less?
The animosity towards us is unjustified, because...
I have no animosity towards you.
No, but I mean, if anybody in your team does, because of the facility we have...
Well, then I'm afraid they're just going to have to get over it.
Yeah, it's not within our control, just because we happen to be located in a more, for lack of a better term, prestigious area.
I would have said perhaps advanced.
Whatever you want to call it. I'm no wordsmith.
What do you think, Mr. Strong?
You talked about experience before. You've been in the game longer, right? But you guys have only just been allowed in the field.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you realize... Sure, we have the better equipment, better training, potentially. I don't know for sure.
Oh, it certainly is faster.
But our team happens to have a certain experience with, well, say, I have to be hypothetical here because I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. But say the literal portal to hell opens up and unspeakable monstrosities pour through it so beyond your comprehension,
Already?
You don't even know what to do. We've done that.
You assemble a circle of 13 clerics, and you chant the grammaton mantra while holy water is sprinkled around the circle. Everybody knows that.
Okay, well, whatever that was, but then it turns out they're aliens. We got experience with that. Multiple times.
I'm from LA.
So you got smog?
And aliens.
Well, I suppose.
And Dennis Rodman.
Ugh. But let's just say our extra training just means we have extra exposure to this kind of stuff.
I'm not really asking what you bring to the table. I'm asking what you think of all of this.
Well, that's exactly what I think. I think it's either got to be a split leadership or we're in charge.
And what do you think about maybe...
Roxanne.
Dex and Roxanne and her sister collaborating with me on an album. And maybe a production role.
I mean, that's fine. They can do whatever they want. I got nothing against it. And
Sorry, I'm very selfish.
I got nothing
No
against
offense,
you.
but it seems like your priorities ain't in the right place.
I just seek peace of mind.
I wonder where I've seen that before. Flashes back to a certain librarian and their certain rear end.
Oh, now, Derek, don't tell me you wouldn't be interested in a backstage pass at the next Beefhead tour. I can help you with that.
I've changed
She
sides.
does know your fame. She
I know
does your-
Jeb Hannigan.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to sit on the other side of the table. I'm sitting over here now.
Really, Derek?
So what do you bring to the table? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first thing to do would be to get the teams together, and frankly, I'm glad you came to me about this. We need help.
Sure.
We are supposed to find the 13 Swords of Concealing Dark. And we almost had them, and someone's stolen them. And now we've got nothing, and we've got one day to find them.
What happened?
I know where they are.
And you were only just going to mention this now.
You only brought it up now.
I see. You sneaky.
It's a good thing she doesn't
Sorry,
look at
but
Derek. It's not holding it together.
the group agreed that it was best to keep that in our back pocket until we at least got a little lay of the situation.
Well, after all, otherwise you wouldn't know whether I was only agreeing to it to get my hands on what we needed.
Sorry, I wish I knew you better, but I frankly don't. In fact, you mind answering why we've never seen you with your group?
That's Claire. That's why I chose Claire for the task. Otherwise I attract far too much attention. I
So
can't
she's
move around in
constantly-
public.
She's constantly hiding.
Constantly fans everywhere.
What, even here?
Not necessarily that, but I draw people. Yeah, he's sitting right beside me. Like,
No, that's not because of any of that. It's
it's because I can get you a...
Yeah,
You sure about that?
absolutely.
It's subtle sometimes.
Exactly. You've already seen how this place is affecting us.
Frankly, I just mainly use it for my music career.
It would be helpful.
Yeah, but then you're never really sure if you're actually moving anyone with your music or if it's just the power.
Look, do you know of any way that we could get to Innsmouth early instead of waiting on this bus?
You know about the bus. The bus is unfortunately booked solid.
Yeah, we did that.
Oh God! Because Claire tried to buy all our rooms in our hotel.
Well, in exchange for taking those 13 swords off your hands, we're going to need seats on the bus to Innsmouth.
That's fine.
Alright.
We bought the seats. They're for the joint group now, right? Or the two allied group, whatever you want to look at it.
I mean, you can stop looking at me suspiciously. What do you want, an agreement sealed in blood?
Yes.
No,
it would
I'm
be
just
fitting given
like,
the location.
I just want to know, are you still adamant that you should be in charge, or are you happy to run two separate groups in tandem?
Well, we can try that, but, okay. We should all meet. Swap information.
Okay, very well.
I suggest your hotel. It is less compromised than ours.
Sure, I mean...
We all
if you
ended
want-
up having to sleep in one room because of the spider trains.
I'm sorry, Spider Train?
Spider train. One of our group
We
mentioned
were having
that.
delusions of these little miniature trains chugging along.
Yeah, we...
8 legs and a rectus.
That's what a spider train has. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a spider train without 8 legs. But yeah,
One of ours had a similar thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we've had others.
we're given to understand that means there's a deep-seated darkness in the heart. I'm glad I haven't seen a spider train.
Stay away.
You don't?
You also know that the police are sacrificing...
The police?
Are a great band.
Say hi to Sting for me!
Are sacrificing the young male adults to some creature in horror along with a bunch of dead sea creatures.
I thought it was Jericho's people, but it turns out that they were just stealing the girls.
Well, that's interesting.
That's news for us. So
They're safer there with them, frankly. And
where is there with them? Did you figure that out?
South of Arkham, out into the woods, there is a house near a ruin. I sent an invisible girl to investigate it when we first arrived, but she came back scared, and I couldn't send her out again.
How is she?
Ill. Quite sick.
After meeting with Abdul.
Yes.
I was about to ask if I could see her, but I realise it's a really dumb question.
Yes, but I would have known what you mean.
I guess we're all going to be meeting up soon, unless she's okay to move, right? Because she's going to have to be...
I'd rather she stay in bed, but I don't want to leave her alone, so I guess I'll have to bring her.
Well, she's got another day here, I guess, but... You sure you don't want
I
us
have
to
to
meet
ask,
where she is?
how are you dealing with the pressure?
Pressure...
Well, there's a certain force around here which inhibits gene corruption.
Are you talking about our powers?
Yes.
Okay, so it's affecting some of us worse than others. Dex here is unfortunately having a challenging time. Jen, if you're familiar with her, is probably dealing with it the worst right now.
Is Jennifer the gun nut?
Aside from myself, yeah, I guess.
Interesting. That would explain why they don't have mutants if the field actually inhibits mutancy.
Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about.
Well, I mean, despite the pressure, there certainly seems to be enough mutation around here.
Well, people know, some of us apparently noticed that it was particularly bad this morning when they woke up.
Worst day.
Yeah,
I haven't really
our
used...
protection is wearing off, unfortunately, and it's starting to get to us.
I haven't used any of my powers today, so I have no idea. Because it's, like, to me, I feel normal right now, but it's because I'm not doing anything.
Earthbender, aren't you?
I suppose, for lack of a better term, yeah.
I heard about your big penis.
It always seems to be the first thing that spreads.
I heard about the even bigger one. The penis splits.
Bunch of ribs. Okay, well, we'll head back to our hotel, I guess. I think some of my team are still out looking into some things.
Well, my team's here. The other seats are now populated with the other team.
Right, clear.
Thanks, Claire.
You're welcome, Roxanne. Did Claire apologize? Of course I did. I'm asking them.
Yes. She apologised, but God, did it seem forced. It was really obvious somebody told her to do it, and it wasn't on her own back.
I ask you to overlook that.
Oh, so she didn't really apologise?
The manner. That's the best you're going to get.
Yeah, I figured that.
Honestly, I think, and I'll stretch, and the top of my shirt like holds up a little bit and shows a little bit of ad. I think she just had a lot on her mind.
Claire just goes like...
Oh, literally bites her
just like,
that's
wow.
right.
God, no! Again. He might be willing this time.
You know what the most staggeringly awesome thing here is? She managed to hide Diablo.
Yeah.
He's got like a gag on or something. He's tied
That
up.
takes talent.
Well, didn't you notice that for some reason they have like an espresso machine but they don't. So you could just hear someone making an espresso the whole time, but there's no espresso machine in there.
I mean, if you'd said Diablery was tied to a chair with a bag around his mouth, I would have been like, there we go.
That's about all you can do.
Yeah.
Diablery is sneaking!
See their stunned awe at the sudden appearance of Dr. Diablery!
That's the guy I've been hearing about.
Indeed, word of his arcane mastery is spread far and wide amongst the circles of the Nolan's ones.
Of course, you know Dr. Diablery.
The world knows Dr. Diablery.
The world trembles before the might of Diablery!
There's like a big woolly coat, but no one's in it.
Oh, hey there.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Sick.
Sorry to hear. Well, I suppose you want to discuss things with your team, so,
No, they overheard everything.
I know, but don't you want to...
Well, we have nothing to hide now, right?
Well, let's go back to the
You might have
hotel and
wanted
have a
their
chat.
opinion on things, but we'll head back to the hotel, I guess.
We can't fit everyone in our car.
Actually, you probably could.
Not their whole team. With us three, I think we have 3 more seats. 4 more seats?
But,
You know, there's the roof.
and she's...
Dr. Diablery will not stoop to such menial means of transport. He will make his way to yon hotel through the use of his divine powers!
Naruto run.
Bang!
And he's gone.
That guy's amazing.
He certainly takes getting used to, and one day I'll work out what he does.
But we could...
So, as far as you're concerned, it's just all showmanship so far?
For all I know, he's actually magic.
Yeah, right.
But we could probably take like Invisigirl and like yourself or something if you like. Everyone else can catch up.
I'll just proceed with my team. It's not that far.
Fair enough.
Okay, we'll meet you there in next half hour or so, I guess. Thank you.
How far away could it really be? Dick's got to you.
Sure.
Without passing out from the effort.
You know, I'm not a cripple.
We probably used that dark robe that we found to help hide in the shadows and everything.
Eventually, these 3 arrive back at the hotel where everyone else is. Here you are looking like hurricane.
Nice, you didn't even go do anything. That's
Oh, you had the car.
There's more than one car.
Alvin's got a handkerchief around his and he's been sweeping out some of the rooms. It's, just, it's weird. Some of these rooms are like pigsties and stuff like that, and then I come back later and they're perfectly clean, and then they're pigsties.
Right.
Well, the others shouldn't be far behind us. They agreed to an alliance.
Oh,
Yeah, Roxanne was a master negotiator. Really held her
What?
over a barrel.
I am.
She was like, I don't want to hear about any of your music nonsense.
I'm
We're here to
incredi-
talk shop. Now stop having fun.
I'm incredibly impressed.
I was just direct, okay? And
But hey, if this dual leadership thing doesn't work out, we'll all
Barely
be dead.
concealing my burgeoning attraction.
wait, what?
You were barely concealed. I can tell. I have a
I don't know
nose.
what you're talking about.
At least you were trying.
What? She was a cute blonde. I thought that was one of your weaknesses, along with
Look,
redheads,
brunettes
dark
and redheads.
heads,
Yeah.
And she could get
exotic
tickets to meet me.
Niggas. No, he doesn't say that.
you know that.
Egyptians.
Yeah. You know, the only people you just like immediately offend instead are like
I tried
black
that.
or
That looks
Hispanic.
good.
So yeah, interesting story. We have our little one-on-one with Shimmer, and
She's
then
great,
it turns out that the whole group was there and hidden by Claire listening in the hotel.
Oh, bullshit. No way was she hiding Diablery.
Yeah, I don't
Dr.
know.
Diablery can remain concealed when he wishes. tow-haired peasant?
He's right there.
Okay.
Door swings shut behind him, but he moves his cloak to try and hide that.
Well, your arcane
Well,
art
geez, a
surely
lot.
got you here quickly.
Indeed!
Conceals his puppet.
The spirits speak to me! Something approaches Diablerie! A familiar force...
Yes, it's us, Diablerie. Calm down.
Be silent, Drabe! Something evil draws her out! 'Tis you! The viper in our bosom!
Does he say it to clear them?
Yes.
I'm just grinning at that one.
Yes, I grow tired of your noisome misdeeds, Diablerie.
Diablerie's deeds are never misspent, Drabe! Now sit ye contritely before those you have wronged against all of his arcane advice!
I was going to pootle over to the reception here and just ask, like, Wheatley, could we get some coffee, maybe?
Way ahead of you. Not
Thank
that
you.
I'm presuming or anything.
No, fantastic job. Thank you very much.
How do you take yours?
Black.
Black,
obviously.
like my women.
Well, 2 sugars, no rats.
No rats.
No rats.
Right.
Well, you gotta be sure.
As strong as he can make it.
That seems just like with 2 shots of whiskey. Okay.
How old are you?
23.
Wow.
I'm older than you.
Yeah, we already knew she was the
Yeah.
oldest in the...
I know she was older, I just checked.
Well, Shimmer comes in. I swear that rain just keeps getting heavier.
It does.
Everyone. Hi, how you doing? Walks around there, shakes everyone's hand. Hi, how you doing? It's good. Pleasure to meet you again, Alvin.
Cheers.
There you go. And you must be Nancine. I must be? Okay.
Is anyone from our group not here? Like, do we have to go upstairs?
Oh
and
no,
check?
you can all be here. Let's not waste more time.